I never believed people could disappear without anyone noticing. Not really. You hear stories online, missing people, urban legends, strange posts that get deleted a few hours later. I always assumed there was an explanation until it became one of those stories. It started with a sound. Every night at exactly 3:47, I'd wake up because something knocked 3 times. Not on my front door, not on my bedroom door, on my bedroom wall. The wall that faced the forest. At first I blamed branches, then birds, then my own imagination. But after a week I walked outside the next morning to check. There weren't any trees close enough to reach the wall. Nothing. Just wet grass and 3 footprints. Bare human footprints. Standing directly beneath my bedroom window, facing the wall. Not walking toward it, not walking away from it. Just standing, as if someone had spent hours staring into my room. I called the police. They looked around. One officer laughed and said someone was probably playing a prank. Another asked if I had lived alone. When I said yes, he suddenly looked uncomfortable. He asked if I had heard anyone breathing. I said no. He nodded.
Good.
That was all he said. I wish I had asked why. The knocking continued. Every single night. Always 3 knocks. Always 3:47. Eventually I stopped looking outside because I realized something. Every morning there were still only 3 footprints. Never more, never less. Meaning, whatever made them never walked away. One night I made coffee and decided I'd stay awake. If something was outside, I wanted to see it. 3:46, nothing. 3:47, 3 knocks. Right beside my head. I spun around so fast I nearly fell out of my chair. Nothing. Then, very slowly, another sound. Not outside, inside the wall, like fingers dragging through isolation. Moving upward toward the ceiling, then across the ceiling, directly above me. I couldn't breathe. Every instinct told me to run, but something worse told me, don't look up. So of course, I looked. Nothing, just my ceiling. Then a tiny crack appeared in the paint. Another, until they formed 3 long scratches, exactly above where I was sitting. Something scraped them from the other side. Something inside my ceiling. I didn't sleep in my bedroom again. I moved into the living room. The knocking followed. 3 knocks on the wall beside the couch. The next night, 3 knocks on the kitchen wall. The night after, my bathroom wall. It wasn't tied to the bedroom. It was following me. I packed a bag and drove to my sister's house. I didn't tell her why. She already thought my anxiety made me paranoid. That first night, I slept better than I had in weeks. No knocking, no footsteps, no strange noises. I woke smiling until I saw her standing in the kitchen. She looked pale. She asked me something strange.
Who's outside?
I froze. Why?
The woman.
There isn't anyone. She frowned.
There was someone standing by the guest room window all night.
My stomach turned to ice. What did she look like? She shrugged.
I couldn't really tell. She never moved. Just kept looking inside.
I looked through the kitchen window. The grass was soaked with morning dew. There, beneath the guest room window, were 3 footprints, bare, facing the glass. I left before breakfast. I drove until I reached another town, booked a hotel, 3rd floor, no forest, no backyard, no windows anyone could reach. Perfect. That night, I finally slept until my eyes flew open. The sound wasn't coming from the wall, it was coming from inside the wardrobe. I stared at it. Nothing happened for nearly 5 minutes. Then, the wardrobe door clicked. Just once, the handle slowly turned. The door opened an inch. Inside was only darkness, far darker than it should have been. I grabbed my phone flashlight. The light barely reached inside. It felt wrong, like the darkness was swallowing it. Then I saw someone standing in the back. A woman, long black hair, head hanging forward, bare feet. She wasn't moving. I whispered, "Hello?" She lifted her head. It was me, exactly me, same face, same eyes, except she was smiling, much wider than I could, far too wide. Then she whispered in my own voice, "I've been waiting for you to notice." The hotel room lights went out. When they came back, the wardrobe was empty. I ran. I didn't even collect my things. The receptionist looked confused when I asked if anyone had entered my room. She checked the security cameras. No one had. She showed me the footage. I watched myself walk into my room hours earlier, closed the door, then, for 6 straight hours, nothing. No one entered, no one left, until I came running out. She smiled politely, asked if I wanted another room. I said no. Then she asked.
Can I ask you something?
I nodded. She looked genuinely confused.
When did you cut your hair?
My blood froze. I didn't. She tilted her head.
It was much longer when you checked in.
I reached up. My fingers barely touched my shoulders. Hours earlier, my hair reached the middle of my back. Someone or something had taken half of it without waking me. That was 6 months ago. I've moved 4 times, changed jobs, changed my phone number, changed cities. It doesn't matter. Every place becomes home for exactly 13 nights. Then, at 3:47, 3 knocks, 3 footprints, 3 scratches. I've stopped calling the police, stopped telling people, because they always leave. Not because they don't believe me, because after spending a night with me, they hear it too, and they never stay. There's something I haven't told you yet, something I only realized yesterday. I was brushing my teeth when I looked in the mirror. At first, everything looked normal. Then, my reflection blinked a second after I did. Just 1 second. I stared at it. It smiled. I didn't. Then it lifted its hand. I hadn't moved. It pressed 1 finger against the glass. Then, very slowly, it knocked. I don't think it's outside anymore. I think it's waiting for me to become the reflection. And if one day you ever meet me, please, please look carefully. If I smile before you do, don't let me inside. You felt it, didn't you? That moment where something changed, You almost heard it. Play it back.
Absolutely. Got it.
It's clearer the second time. You've been listening to Dead Air. If you enjoyed the episode, follow the show. And remember, listen closely. New episodes every week. Good night. You stayed. We knew you would.
Don't turn around.